you have to lose one before you can win one. And he lost one earlier this year, and I think him and his team have been running well enough. He certainly knows how to win. We've seen it in the Xfinity Series, and I think he's got one coming soon.
Hey race fans, welcome to another episode of Backseat Drivers, a special edition because we're on the road here at Phoenix Raceway following an exciting Sunday afternoon race on the West Coast. I am Alex Weaver, joined by our resident analyst, Mamba Smith, and our special guest, you know him, you love him, Bob Pockrass from Fox Sports.
Brother
How are
Bob.
you? Brother Bob.
I'm
Okay.
doing great. I don't know if everybody loves me.
Yes, we all do.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
that's
all
so nice.
do. Well, everybody is loving on Chase Briscoe today because he gets his first ever NASCAR Cup Series career win. And man, oh man, what a day it was for the 14. Back in victory lane, he talked about getting a call from Tony Stewart, smoke, and SHR looks like they have found some speed here in these Ford Mustangs. So, Bob, let's start with you on this one. Is it time for the Fords, and specifically Stewart-Haas Racing and Chase Briscoe, to show up?
I think they have shown up. I'm not saying that they're totally back yet.
Okay.
I mean, it's just one win.
More wins for Briscoe, though?
I would say maybe another win or two. I'm not thinking like Kevin Harvick a couple of years ago wins.
Okay, got it. All right, Mamba, what about you?
They're back. Like, they just won, a couple races in. They're definitely back to form, like, fully. Like, Kevin Harvick winning 9 races, whatever it was. Like, no. But they're here and they're going to be competitive. And Chase Briscoe is leading the charge. I'm pretty sure I said that with Stevie.
Are we about to have a Mamba word?
Yeah.
A Mamba word. Say it.
No, I don't know.
No, you're not doubling down.
No, I'm going to triple dog down on the 14 is going to be leading this charge for Stewart-Haas. He's going to get a couple more wins. The 4 is going to get a couple wins. It's going to be a good season for Stewart-Haas.
All right, well, a good season, hopefully, for Stewart-Haas Racing. He was the 200th NASCAR Cup Series winner in NASCAR history. So pretty cool day for the 14 of Chase Briscoe. But let's look ahead to who we may think will be the top organizations in the garage. We have to imagine, and I'm just going to say it, that Hendrick Motorsports is still the top dog. They have the most wins. Mamba, let me finish.
Whoa. Put some respect
ahead.
on Penske
Okay.
and then Fords real
here
quick.
we go, guys. We've already started. Let me guess who the best one over there at Penske is.
Well,
12?
12 doesn't have a win yet. But he is real fast. He is real fast. He doesn't have a win yet, but he's been real fast every week.
Okay, so I'm not speaking for all three of us here in the back seat, but I am speaking for Bob and I. So, Bob, we'll start with you on this one.
I'm going to say Hendrick.
Hendrick is number one.
They
in the
have 2
garage.
trophies. Penske has 1 and maybe a half. Do you count the class?
Yeah, 100% I count the class.
Yeah.
It was a race, wasn't it? They got a trophy.
Exhibition.
It paid.
I don't think it paid that much.
It paid enough.
I mean, but now if we want to go by pay, Price Hendrick still probably has one more than the others, right?
Yeah.
But I would say week in, week out, there's a Hendrick car up front challenging for the win. And so to me, they're still the top dog.
All right, so Hendrick is number 1 for you. But now, who's number 2?
Well, I'd go Team Penske, even though I don't really want to kind of give Mamba that credit after him putting them number 1. But I would say Penske. They have 3 drivers in the top 8 in points.
Okay. All right, Mamba. So Penske's your number 1.
They're number 1.
Who's number 2?
It's Hendrick. Hendrick's definitely number 2. And it's a close. They're like close. Like, we're not talking about, leaps and bounds differences. But I'm actually going to give a shout out a little bit to Trackhouse. I don't know if they're 3. They don't have a win, but they have been in it for the last few weeks with both cars. So that's pretty impressive what they're doing.
Well, one team that neither of Mamba or Bob Pockrass mentioned in their 1 or 2 was Joe Gibbs Racing. The Toyotas have really struggled, and I know that we didn't list them, and we're not going to talk about Joe Gibbs as a whole yet. Let's just look at the 11 of Denny Hamlin, because this is the first time since 2010 that Denny Hamlin has not been in the top 10 in the first 4 races of the season. He did go on to have a very successful season after that. So are we really worried about the 11 of DH?
No. He's probably actually pretty happy because the 2311 cars are running pretty good.
And a solid
right?
day at Phoenix
right.
with Kurt Busch.
Right, so they're running pretty good. But I'm not worried about the 11 directly, but I'm worried about the Toyotas as a whole. Mm-hmm. They haven't won. They obviously had a really good shot at with the 18 and the 19 in Vegas. Didn't quite work out. That's racing, though. You got to close the deal. So I'm worried about them as a whole. They haven't shown super amount of speed, but we'll see. 11 directly, no, but everybody kind of.
All right. Bob, what do you think about the 11? You worried?
I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried because even though 2311's been running well, they haven't been running incredibly well. So I think there's probably some stress there and some stress on Denny's team because really it's been their own mistakes. And so when is that going to end? When are you going to stop stepping on your foot, right? When are you going to stop tripping over yourself? I mean, you hope next week, but it seems like it's week after week, right? Even here at Phoenix, they had a fueling issue, right? So you would think that they've been so strong that they should get out of the funk, but until they do, a little bit worried.
Is the 11 the first organization or the first car number to win at Joe Gibbs this season?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. Mamba's shaking his head no, and I'll agree with Mamba.
Okay.
I think the 19 and the 18 both probably better shots to win.
Got it.
I'm going with the 18. I picked Kyle Busch to have a really good season. We're back to practice. The 19, I don't know what's going on with them. They just seem like they're kind of stuck in the starting box a little bit. They've just been a little off, I feel like. But I'm going with the 18.
Well, we've already touched on a lot of teams here in the NASCAR Cup Series, and that's a good thing for us race fans. There's been so much parity so far in this sport. We've seen a lot of different teams and organizations running up front. A lot of teams have shown speed. Is this the most competitive? Bob, you're the OG in the garage. You've been walking around for I don't know how many years. Is this the most competitive we've seen in the sport?
I mean, there's a lot of parity, but I wouldn't say most competitive, especially because we're talking about a whole Joe Gibbs Racing not being competitive, right? Like we were talking about organizations and manufacturers not being competitive yet. So I'm going to hold out before saying most competitive, especially when you go back to the time where there were, 25 or 30 different organizations and 20 potential organizations winning. So I'm going to hold off just a little bit. Just want to see how this next-gen car evolves, whether any really organization takes, a couple of steps ahead of everyone else before I'll take that leap.
Are you going to disagree with the guy who's been walking around the garage since most of the garage were built?
Wow, you're really going to
I'm going there.
Okay, fine. Yes, I'm going to disagree. But modern day era, I don't know. I'm not an OG. I'm going to leave the back in the day stuff to Bob. But from what I've seen since I've been watching, yeah. And it's even not just the Cup Series, it's top to bottom, Xfinity and Truck. We've seen a lot of different teams kind of show up, win race, and be competitive. And we're seeing it even more this year with the next-gen car, and I love it. And I know all the fans love it. It was packed out today. So they're obviously excited about what's going on.
Yeah, sold-out grandstands here at Phoenix Raceway. It was an exciting race, and I am loving what I'm seeing out of the next-gen cars. All right, boys, time for our rapid response powered by 5-Hour Energy. First up, which driver will be the next first-time Cup winner? We've already had 2 this season, Bob.
Daniel Suarez.
Love it.
Whoa.
I mean, I feel like you got to lose one to win one. I felt like he lost one a couple weeks ago.
He did.
I feel like he'll win one first.
All right, Mamba.
Off of that, I mean, you really caught me off guard. But if you got to lose one to win one, then Tyler Reddick is probably going to win 7 because he's lost. My man has been there for a lot of them. I hate it for you, Tyler. I'm not picking on you. I want to see you win, bro. But I think Tyler Reddick is going to be the next first.
Both good picks. I like both of those. Next up, man, oh man, I'm so sorry, Kevin Harvick in the number 4, but you're still on a winless streak. So, Mamba, will Kevin Harvick break the winless streak this season?
Yeah, he's gonna break the winning streak. I mean, Keelan's winning a lot, so I think Kevin's gonna figure out what Keelan's doing, get some of that magic. But Stewart-Haas is on the upswing. The speed has been there all year, I feel like. So Kevin's gonna get his for sure.
Bob?
Yeah, I think so, but not because of what Mamba said. Look, with that philosophy, Kyle Busch will win a bunch of races too, and we've already talked about how Gibbs is struggling, right?
Larson needs to get in the car because if that's how we're working, then
I think Kevin Harvick's going to win races because they were strong today here at Phoenix, and I think they'll be strong going forward.
All right. It wasn't long ago. Well, actually, it was long ago. 2020, Chase Elliott won here for the championship on an oval track. He has not won on an oval since that race. Bob, does Chase Elliott win on an oval this year?
Yes.
Which one?
Which one? I would go with I'm going to go Charlotte, the 600.
Oh,
I think, he's always good on the road course there. I think that place has good feeling for him. So, yeah, let's say Charlotte.
Okay, yes for Bob. Mamba?
He said, but this man just said because he's good on the road course there, he's gonna be good on the oval. Like Bob, my man, brother Bob's digging deep on that one. Chase is gonna win. He's got to. Like the laws of averages are for him to win on an oval. Like he's got to. If I'm gonna pick one, Martinsville's coming up.
Okay.
Martinsville's he's pretty good for him.
Yep. Okay. Last one here for the rapid response. What can we expect from Atlanta? If you race fans don't know, Atlanta was repaved. It's going to have the same package in this next-gen car as Daytona and Talladega. Throw a dart at the wall. Bob, what's going to happen in Atlanta?
Denny Hamlin said he has no clue, and I said, so I can call you clueless on Atlanta? And he said yes. So I will say I'm clueless too.
If you're clueless, he's clueless. I should just shut up because I don't even know what I'm talking about then. I don't know. It's going to be kind of drafting-ish, right? So maybe the guys that are good at Daytona are going to be good at Atlanta. So look out for the 2 and the 17, the 6.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
Be interested.
No 12?
You already know the 12. I don't need to say it.
I know.
It's implied.
I know. Just giving you a hard time. All right, next up, the Backseat Bets presented by BetMGM. Bob, I think this is the first time we've had you on this season, but it is strictly a head-to-head. So you don't have to worry about how well they're going to do in the race, just beating out the other guy. So let's look at the first one, this first pairing here. They have a history. They're not very friendly to each other either. Chase Elliott versus Denny Hamlin, the 9 or the 11, Bob.
Well, if you're in Georgia, you're going with the 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Not that good in Atlanta, though.
Yeah, I don't care. If I'm in Atlanta, I'm going to go with the 9. I need to be able to report from the pits.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't want to get thrown out in the pits in Georgia.
It's because he has to go there that he's going with the 9. I'm going with the 9 purely because I'm worried about the Toyotas. So, and the Hendrick cars have been strong. So 9.
All right, Chase is not good at Georgia. He's not. He Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Law of
one
averages.
of his worst tracks.
It's got to get better.
11, Denny Hamlin, for me. Next up, Kyle Larson versus Ryan Blaney. Mamba.
Oh.
You want me to pick it for him? I'll pick it for him.
No. Man, it is tough. 12. Going to 12.
Right. Moving
12.
on.
Wow. I mean, I would say wow, but like he did win there last year.
Yeah, like,
so, but even if the track is totally different, but I'll go with the 5.
Okay.
I think the Hendrick Motorsports cars at Atlanta will be strong.
All right. Well, we have mentioned Ricky Stenhouse quite a few times on the show so far this season. He's shown a lot of speed there in the 47. But let's pair him up with the 23 of Bubba Wallace, Bob.
That's a tough one. But I will go with...
It's racing like a super
I'm going to go with Wallace.
Okay.
Because it is like a super speedway. He did have a super speedway win last year. And I just think... maybe Ricky will just have that bad luck that seems to surround him on the super speedways.
All right, 23 or 47.
I want to go with 47 really bad, but the 23 has been getting it going on these super speedways, so I feel like it's going to translate over really well. And I think they're riding some good momentum over at 2311.
All right, and last but not least, the first-time winner here at Phoenix, Chase Briscoe. The momentum will be on his side next week for Atlanta, obviously. And then Tyler Reddick, who's had momentum and speed every single week running up front in that 8 car. So, Mamba, Briscoe or Reddick?
This is really unfair. I don't like these.
Why?
Because they're really hard.
Double dog down, triple dog. What is it? Triple dog?
No, I'm gonna go Reddick because he's due. Like he is due to have a win, so I think he's gonna be right there for one. It's gonna be hard to beat the 8. I feel like.
All right, Bob.
Well, typically I would go with the driver who didn't win last week for their first win because I figure they probably have partied too much to be able to come back. But I just don't see Briscoe as going out and doing a rager for the next 4 days.
Maybe.
No.
Even
So
with Tony Stewart there, I don't think he's.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Briscoe.
All right. Okay, well, there are the head-to-head matchups for the Backseat Bets presented by BetMGM. Last thing to do on the show, and it's probably what you guys are waiting on, but it's Victory Lane, and there can only be one when it comes to the end of Sunday's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, Bob, guessed first. Who gets it done and claims the checkered flag down there in the state of Georgia?
I'm going to go with Kurt Busch. Tested there, did the tire test there. I think, having been on the track will help him. I think he'll be good. He's a good, he's a good super speedway racer.
Holy
I think so.
shocked.
I'm going to go with Kurt Busch.
All right.
Got me a little. That was Bob's coming in. I said he was coming in hot today.
Loved it.
I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with Ross Chastain. He's aggressive on super speedways, and I think that'll translate well to Atlanta. And he's riding a high. They've been really good here as of late, so I think that's going to translate.
Okay. My pick for Atlanta, I'm going with your number 1 team, your number 2 team, but not who you think I'm going with.
I know who it is.
The 22 of Joey Logano.
I thought for sure it's going to be
Going to be aggressive. He has won at some of our racetracks that have been kind of the unexpected. I'm looking at Bristol Dirt. I'm looking at the LA Clash, and now we don't know what to expect from Atlanta, so guess who's going to win? Joey Logano. All right, Bob, Mamba, always a pleasure. We hope you race fans enjoyed Phoenix. It was an exciting one out here in the desert. And now we head to the state of Georgia, Atlanta Motor Speedway for these next-gen cars and the NASCAR Cup Series. Make sure and tune in this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox. And we'll see you guys right back here next week in the Backseat. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more clips, highlights, and full-length episodes. Also, check out NASCAR.com to stay up to date with all the latest news.